Hi, this is a video response to MoonlitOpal's video about Pagan Pride, as well as IsisPriestess's video response to Pagan Pride. I think of myself as a solitary eclectic, and I've been studying Wicca, paganism, really various forms of religions for the past 14 years, but my focus and my main study has been on Wicca, as that's the path that I have chosen, has chosen me. Right away, I did not tell anyone. To be honest, initially, I had to get over my own hang-ups about Wicca, witchcraft, so on and so forth, simply because of the fact that I was raised Catholic. And because of that, there were a lot of things that, well, I say programmed into me, because to me it almost felt like, well, in retrospect anyway, it felt like you're programmed to believe and follow things in that faith, that you're almost brainwashed because things are so automatic. And I realized that one day and this was after I have started on the pagan path, and a friend of mine who, I don't know if he was Catholic at one time, but he's been to plenty of Catholic masses, and he knew a lot of the phrases and responses of it, and he to mess with me, because he knew it was like second nature to me to respond. He would say, the Lord be with you, and then he knew that it was like on the tip of my tongue to say, and also with you, because that's what I was trained to say. But aside from that, eventually I told my best friend first, and so oddly enough, well, not oddly enough, I guess we're best friends for a reason. We're like halves of a whole, her and I. But amazingly enough, she was on the same path as I. She found herself questioning her religion that she was raised in, wasn't Catholicism, and she too found herself on the Wiccan path. So we wound up actually going to Grove classes together and things like that. But eventually I did tell my mother and my stepfather, and my stepfather was, amazingly enough, really cool with it. I don't think he quite understood what it was, but he knew enough of me to know that I would never follow something that was harmful. And my mother, while she didn't know, was willing to listen, and so they both just accepted. My grandmother still has a difficult time. After 14 years, she still kind of says, I'm going through a phase. But it actually pisses her off that I'm not having my daughter baptized. Her father and I have decided that we don't want that for her, that we want her to choose her own faith. She will learn about mine, and she's free to practice mine, participate, whatever she wants. Her father, my significant other, is not religious in any way. He'll call himself Christian, but that's pretty much the extent of it. He really isn't a fan of organized religion. So. But I understand what you're saying, MoonlitOpal, in that we should be proud of who we are, and I think I am, but yeah, I do hold myself back from telling people. I weigh people first, and if I think it's someone who is open-minded, I will tell them. There's a couple of people at my job who know that I'm Wiccan, who accept that. But I do not share that with everyone if I don't think. Only because, and I know I shouldn't have this fear, and honestly, really shouldn't affect my job, but I don't know. I always have a fear that it might affect my job in some way, or, I'm not really concerned with strangers. I could care less if they know that I'm Wiccan, but I do not get the chance to practice here simply because that I do it for my boyfriend's sake, because his ex-wife, he has custody of his son, and his ex-wife is one of those people that will try to create trouble for him with anything she can get her hands on. She'll make up lies or what have you, and I don't want to give her ammunition. And out here, it does not seem that people are too open to this path, though one of my good friends who lives out here, she's pagan. She goes to a unitarian, however you pronounce it, church, where they practice various faiths. But she knows I'm Wiccan. But yeah, I pick and choose who I tell, and I don't feel I should have to do that. Honestly, I think if it wasn't for him having custody of his son, I would practice openly at home. But as it is right now, I don't think I can with him here, because honestly, I think his son really wouldn't mind it. I don't think, even though he was raised Catholic, but he doesn't know much about the faith. To be honest, I'm the one that answers his questions about it. But I honestly think he would be open-minded about it. In fact, we went to the bookstore last weekend, and I was in the New Age section, and because I was interested in buying a new tarot deck, and he came over while I was there, and he started perusing through the books, and he found one on spirit guides, animal spirit guides, and he's really into animals. He has an affinity for wolves and tigers, but mainly wolves. So he asked me if he could get the book. Now, of course, I didn't have the money, so I told him no, not now. And I also wanted to consult his father, because even though I know he's fine with me and what I believe in, I'm an adult. He can't tell me, oh, no, you can't. No. So, which he was totally fine with. He even said the cutest thing. He said, babe, if I don't have a problem with what you believe in, and you practicing what you believe in, why would I have a problem with my son showing an interest in it? I didn't know what to say. I said, I don't know. But, yeah, so, IsisPriestess, I do agree with you in that, yes, everybody has the right to believe what they believe. It's their right, it's their freedom. Yes, we do live in America, and in a perfect world, while we do have that right on paper to practice whatever religion, a lot of people don't see it that way. They don't see it as you have a right, you're right or you're wrong, and that's how they see it. And I think that's where a lot of the problem comes into play. Personally, if a person doesn't agree with what I believe in, you know what, we can agree to disagree. There's a lot of things me and my boyfriend agree to disagree on, especially when it comes to homosexuality and gay marriage. Well, I'm for it. He says he doesn't have a problem with it, he just doesn't see it, which to me says you have a problem with it. But we ultimately agree to disagree. So yeah, that's my response. Um, thanks.